Now, if you're a Nintendo fan like me, you would know that all year Nintendo has been celebrating 35 years of Mario with a bunch of exclusive games and merch. And if you know me, you would know that one time I made Pong horrible. And to celebrate 35 years of Mario and that one random video I made, we're gonna be adding physics to the original Super Mario Bros. Now, before I get into this video, I just want you to know that there are no sound effects or music in the game, and I also want you to know that all of the art assets used in the game are not mine, and they belong to Nintendo respectively. Now, this is a game that you can download for yourself, but it's not for profit, and it's clearly just a fan game. So please, Nintendo, it's a fan game celebrating Mario. Please do not come for my channel. Look, Nintendo, I have your products. Look, I have this guy. Look at this. I have your console. I got some of your amiibo. I'm a consumer. I love you guys. Come on. Between me and you, let's just keep this on the down low. Let's not tell Reggie or Bowser. Okay, let's just get into the video. My game engine of choice is Unity, so I opened up Unity and started a new game project. One of the parts I thought would be the hardest was finding all of the Mario assets, but surprisingly you can find them really easily. Now, some of you might be ready to comment, Fairlii, there's already another physics Mario game out there called Jelly Mario, and the difference between that and my game is that Jelly Mario is actually a really well-made game, and mine is going to be utter chaos. This game will consist of one level, and what better level than 1-1 from the original Mario Bros. The idea for this video actually came from those Mario Maker levels people make, where it's like 1-1 but it's upside down, or 1-1 but I filled it with Bowsers. So if you're wondering where the inspiration for that came from, it definitely came from Mario Maker 2. Let me tell you, the hardest part about drawing the map is the stupid castle at the end. I don't know why these tiles were just so confusing to me. It took me like 20 minutes to draw the level and an extra 20 minutes just to draw this stupid castle at the end. It looks really cool, but it's really frustrating to make. Now that we have our Mario world, we have to make a Mario. Now, I'm not being faithful to Mario at all. I'm literally just making the most simple player controller that you could ever have. There's gonna be no crouching. There's no gonna be hold the button to jump higher. It's literally just gonna be walk and jump. So if you're not a game developer or if you've never used Unity, when you make a physics object, there's these things called constraints. And what you'll normally want to do is freeze the restraint so your object doesn't fall over. So here's Mario with the rotation frozen. And here's him falling with the rotation not frozen. You can see he's falling over and looks dumb. That's what we're going to be doing for this game. I got that far without coding, but eventually you have to get into some coding. Did you like that? You can only get so far. So let's make our Mario move. He's got moves. Our Mario is moving and jumping, but he has no animations, so let's make some animations for him. Nowadays, walk and run cycles for characters can be upwards of like 30-something frames. And back in the day, they didn't really have that many frames to work with. And the walk cycle for Mario is only 3 frames, which is pretty impressive. Now our Mario is animating and it looks pretty convincing. Let's add some physics. When you play Mario, literally one of the first things that you do is jump up and hit a block. And since this is bad Mario, when you jump up and hit a block, it should do something bad. So the plan is to make it that when you jump up and hit a block, the block goes flying and can knock over other blocks in the process. Now you can see when I jump into the block, it goes flying and then it lands on Mario's head and becomes a hat, which is exactly what I wanted to happen. Of course, it's not Mario without question blocks that give you items and power-ups. But in this version, items and power-ups aren't going to do anything for you, and they'll just be sent flying out of the block and have physics as well. Or they'll create basically a machine gun of mushrooms, which also is awesome. Now that I finished that, I drew out the rest of the level with the blocks that we created. Now you can technically play through the whole level, but why would we stop there when we can just add more chaos? Mario is not Mario without enemies, and the first enemy you encounter is the Goomba. So let's make a Goomba. First we create a new game object, then we make it look like a Goomba, then we add animations, then we add code, Now we have a Goomba, but we want some interactions between Mario and this Goomba. And what I mean by that is when Mario jumps on the Goomba, instead of stomping it, he will just be sent flying up into the air and spinning around like crazy. At this point, I just kept restarting the game because I was having so much fun seeing what kind of predicament I could get Mario into, and it's just really fun. Now that the Goomba's completed, I placed all of the Goombas around the map. Next on the list of enemies is the only other enemy in 1-1 in Super Mario Bros, and that's the Koopa Troopa. Making it move and work was pretty simple because it's basically just a copy of the Goomba, but the difference with the Koopa Troopa is that when you jump on it, it's going to produce a shell that'll go flying. At this point, you might be wondering, if you don't take damage, how do you lose? Essentially how you lose is you either fall off the map or you fall over on your side and can't get back up. And how I'm gonna have this trigger essentially is after a few seconds after you've fallen over and can't get back up, it's just gonna say game over and the game is gonna restart. Now, I didn't want this to be a complete ripoff of Mario, so to make it a little bit different, I'm gonna be adding fake blocks in the ground that can be knocked over and fall through and pretty much create pitfalls. So now if an object that's falling hits these blocks, it'll actually knock them down and you can fall off the map and lose because of it. I can hear you guys already saying, Fairlii, it's not Mario without power-ups. And we're going to add a power-up. We're going to add the star. But this is a star that you're not going to want to collect. The original idea I had for the star was that it would actually be a power-up, and when you collect it, you could run into anything and it would get knocked over. But what I ended up doing is having it so that if you walk into the star, it's actually going to knock over everything in the map, and I literally mean everything. How do I win? Or do I win? Is actually the question you should be asking, and no you don't. You will lose no matter what you do in this game. And how I want it to end is that you jump into the flagpole and the flagpole falls over really comically and knocks over the entire castle. And if you thought it was a pain for me to tile map the castle, it was even worse when I made them all physics objects. I even added 2 characters you might recognize inside the castle when it gets destroyed. And here is the finished product for when you reach the end. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Also, there's a download link to this below, but the video is not over yet, so please keep watching. Adding random physics into Mario went about exactly as I would expect it would, but I don't think I'm really done with this project yet. So if you guys can get this video to 450 likes, I'll be making a part 2 where I add new items, new enemies, and even more chaos. If you want to see me make another game bad, I also made Pong horrible in another video. You can check that out in the card over here, or is it over there? It might be over there. And I do want to make this a series, so I'm gonna have to make other games bad, so leave a comment down below telling me what game I should make bad next. But that's gonna be it for this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Happy birthday, Mario. Let's just keep this on the down low. Let's not tell Reggie or Bowser. Reggie works at GameStop now, so let's just not tell Bowser.